Hello. The purpose of this video is to explain how to package drawing files for transmission or transmittal to your engineers. So today we're going to open our two drawings, our preliminary sheets. Let's open that. And let's go ahead and open also our elevation and section sheets. So on your screen you should see your preliminary sheets, which consist of your site plan, ground floor plan, and your second floor plan. On your base elevation, you have your elevation sheets and your sections. So transmitting this to the engineers would entail packaging everything. So let's go ahead and save this to new files by going to your ACAD and then clicking Save As. And then we're going to save this as preliminary prelim dash site and first or ground and second. Okay, so prelim site ground and second, so we're going to click save. So now the file is called prelim site ground second. On the side, you will see that there's a lot of things that we were working on temporarily, so we can go ahead and select all of those and press delete. Okay, and then zoom extents and save your work. Switching over to your base elevation, we're going to again save this as. We're going to do file, save as, and we're going to name this prelim, and we're going to put in elev for elevations and sec for sections, and then we're going to save that again. So we now have these two files saved as, and just like what we did before, there's going to be some elements on the side that we need to delete, so we're going to simply erase all of them, zoom extents, and then save. All right. So now we're going to transmit this to our engineers, and the way to transmit this is to create an e-transmit. So let's start with our preliminary elevation sections. We're going to go into creating a transmission or a transmittal. We're going to go to ACAD. We're going to click Publish, and then we are going to select the e-transmit option. So e-transmit, and then when you click on e-transmit, it will show you what are the things that it will be transmitting. So first off is our drawing file, which is our preliminary elevation section drawing. If you have any pictures associated with that drawing, it will also show over here. So you can click that small plus sign, and you can see what PNG file is associated with your transmittal. And this would be our logo. If there's any plot style tables, you can click on that one too, plus sign, and you can see that it will transmit acad.ctb. If there's any plotter configuration files, it will also transmit that one. You click plus sign, you will see that this is also transmitting the AutoCAD PDF high quality print.pc3. And if there are any external references, which there are, click the plus sign. We are going to select the base first Rev 3 drawing as its XREF. There's a sub section here where you click plus sign, and you can see that there's a PNG file associated with that drawing. And if you click that one, that will show us that there is a logo, okay, that it is associated with, okay, XREF into that file too. Now, you can click this button here and add different files on it just to show you. Click on this one, and you can select whatever file you want to add to that transmittal. Okay, so we're going to cancel that one. Now we're going to talk about the setups. So there's a standard setup, and we can create our own setup. So let's go and click Transmittal Setup. The standard setup is called Standard, and we are going to click New, and we're going to name our transmittal. So we're going to say EDT 320. Click Continue, and you can see that this will create a zip file, and where will it be transmitting, or where we'll be saving the folders. And I want to always save something on my desktop if I intend to transmit that. So just click this three dotted button over here, and then you will simply go to your desktop. You can pull this down over here, go to this PC, um, and then go to your desktop. There you go. So click that desktop. It's just a location. So click that and click open, and that's it. So whatever zip file it will create, it'll be easily found, or we can easily find it on the desktop. Um, will it? This option says that you want to be prompt for a file name, which is okay. And then do you want to keep the organization of the folder when you created this one? And you certainly don't want to keep that organization. You want to put everything in one folder. So you want to change this to place all files in one folder. So all your XREFs, all your drawings, all your PNG files, and everything will be placed in that folder. There is an option here, it's very, very important, is the include fonts. Because what happens is if you transmit this drawing to your engineers and they don't have the fonts that you use, it will simply not look like what you have on your PDF. So it's important to you check the include fonts option, okay, so that when your engineers receive this folder, it will include all the fonts that you used in your drawing. So when they open it up, the specific font that you use for your drawing will appear on their computers with no problem. Okay. There are other options here that you wanted to check on. You want to send an email with your transmittal. You want to set a default plotter to none. Okay. And again, it depends on which plotter they have. So we're going to leave that unchecked. And then do you want to bind external references? A bind means that XREF, as I've explained before, attaches the file to the drawing as a link. Okay. When you say you want to bind them, the linked file will be inserted in the drawing itself. It's not an external reference no more. Okay. Purge drawing is an option that will delete anything that you have not used inside the file. So they are drawing files and they would have blocks in it. And if you're not using that block, it will purge it. So we can also check that just to reduce the file size. Okay. And then I believe that's it. So we want to create a zip file. We want to put it on the desktop. It will ask us for a file name. We want to put all the folders in all the files in one folder. We want to purge a drawing and we want to include the fonts and everything else checked off as standard. Okay, so we'll click OK to save that. Remember, this is called EDT 320 setup. Okay, we're going to click close and it will appear now here on this box what kind of transmittal setup you want. You can create several transmittals. If you have a preliminary transmittal, then you will name it preliminary. If you have a final transmittal, you would name it final, and all that other stuff. So we're ready to transmit. You simply click OK. And just like because you checked off the prompt you for a file name, and it will ask you what is your file name and where will it save it. It will be in desktop. So just like what we have been doing before, you will use your last name for this transmittal, and you will name it last name dash preliminary prelim dash package. There you go. Right? You click save, and then it will take a few seconds. If you have a very big file, it will take a few minutes. So let's go ahead and check whether that zip file is there. So click on your Windows Explorer, go to your desktop, and you will see a zip file here called last name prelim package.zip file. So you can see this. You can double click that and you can just check what is inside it. You may need to download a zip extractor. So here's my zip extractor. It's called unarchiver1. I double click the folder or I click this button over here. It'll show me all the files associated with my package. As you can see, there's my ACAD CTB, any font that I use. So I've used architects.shx and the Arial font. And I used the AutoCAD PDF high quality print PC3. And then my drawings, which is called base first rev 3 is my xref. There's also another line type SHX. So this is arranged alphabetical. And then I have my logo for my PNG file. There is a small text file here for whatever text that is, and you have all the fonts. Usually, if you didn't purge your files, you would have more files. Or if you didn't purge your drawing, you would have more files in this folder. Okay, Roman C and simplex and txt.shx were all used in our title block. All right, so that's how to package a drawing or your drawing sheets. Remember, we have two of them. You will package the preliminary elevation section, and then you will package also your preliminary site plan, ground floor, and second floor, and you will put them together. Okay, so let's do the site, ground, and second floor next. Let's go ahead and open up the preliminary site, ground, second floor. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go ACAD, we're going to go to publish, and then we are going to, nope, no, we're going to go to ACAD, we're going to go to publish. Don't click publish, click on the little triangle over here, and then select e-transmit. So click that. Same thing, we want to use our previously created EDT 320 transmittal setup. And then we will select everything, and you don't need to redo again the transmittal setup where you check the fonts and everything because it's already set up. You simply click OK next, and then we are going to click on the same name, except we are going to type here or add two. So you have your last name prelim package 1 or package, and then you have your last name prelim package 2 zip file. You click save, and then you now go to your Windows Explorer, go again to your desktop, and then find your second package file. And if you open that, you will see that it practically has the same files as your other one, except for your um, file itself called prelim site ground second. So what you could do is you can actually combine these two packages, okay, because it's just a repeat of the other. All right. So what you can do is that you can unzip that, and you need a zip file opener or unzipper. Click that, and you can actually extract them. So you can do an extraction of this one. So you can do extract all, and then you will select where do you want to extract it. You're going to just extract it on your desktop, and then desktop, and then select folder. You'll say extract successfully. So click go to files and close that. Oh, close that. Same thing over here. You're gonna extract all, select your desktop, and click select folder. Okay, and then close this, close this, close this. And then on your desktop, you will now see a folder called last name prelim package, and then your last name prelim package 2. What you want to do is you want to open up your package 2, and then simply select everything. You can do a control C here. You can simply right click, and then you would see the copy option over here. So copy means control C. Do that. Go back to your desktop. Go to your first package. Once you're inside your first package, you simply go right click, and you are going to click on the paste option, which is down here, clipboard paste. So click that. And because they are exactly the same files except for the base drawing for your preliminary, you will simply say that you wanted to skip these duplicate files. We're going to skip these, and then you will see now that you will have your two drawings that were added, which is called the prelim elevation section, and the other one is called prelim site ground second floor. Okay, and that's it. This is your original package now, and what you're going to do is you're going to turn that into me. Okay, so you're going to go to desktop, and then this last name prelim package, you're going to right click on it. If you have your um, zip maker, it will appear on your right click. Okay, so right click, I'm using Unarchiver 1, and then I'm going to click Add Archive, and then where do you want to save this? Where I want to save it on the desktop again. So click the three dot button, go to your desktop, click Select Folder. What is the name? And you're going to just put your last name again, and prelim package, and you may want to put in the word final. And the archive format is zip file. You don't want to put a password. I can't open that one if you put a password. So everything is in there. You click compress. It will compress that. You will see now that you will have a new zip file called last name prelim package final. And that is the one that you're going to turn into me as your first assignment for our module this week. Okay?